Hello. Okay, today we are asking the question, okay, what happens if I pray for somebody and nothing happens? What if I go after healing and they don't get healed? What if I think I have a word of knowledge and I don't have a word of knowledge? What if I take a risk and tell somebody about Jesus and I just fumble over the words and I end up looking ridiculous? We probably all had those thoughts, right? I remember the very first guy I ever prayed for. He was a coworker of mine, and he had thrown out his back, and he was telling me about all the pain that he was in as a result of throwing out his back. That was in a season where God had been speaking to me a lot about stepping out of my comfort zone and about praying for people, especially to go after healing. So here I am at work, and I'm talking to my coworker in our little mini kitchen at work. We're each getting a coffee, and he's telling me about how much pain he's in since he's thrown his back out. And I knew as he was telling me about all the pain that his back was in that I had two options. I could take a risk and step out and go after healing for him, or I could do nothing. Now, for all you super spiritual people out there, that probably wouldn't have been an issue. But for me, it was a very real fear. And so in the middle of my internal freak out at just how outside of my comfort zone this was, I kept my poker face on and I asked him if I could pray for him. He kind of half-heartedly agreed, but he gave me his permission and I went for it. First, I asked him if I could put my hand on the part of his back that was in pain, and then I prayed the way that Jesus modeled for us. Short and sweet. I commanded that back pain to go in the name of Jesus. Took me all of 10 seconds, and then I asked him if he had felt any improvement. My heart kind of stopped at this point as I waited for him to assess his back. And then he told me, "It still hurts." Now at that moment, I remembered the story of Jesus praying for a blind guy twice, and so I figured, let's try one more time. And I did. I prayed the exact same way that I prayed the first time. I put my hand on his back, I prayed a real short and sweet prayer, and then I asked him if he'd felt any change. After a painfully quick assessment of his back, he told me that it still hurt and he was in a bunch of pain. And so in that moment, I did the only thing that made sense to do. I told him I was still learning and I was still new at this, and I thanked him for letting me pray for him, and then we each went back to work. Now, I'd be lying to you if I told you that I wasn't disappointed. I so badly wanted to see his back healed, and honestly, I was bummed out that it wasn't. But more than anything, I was pumped that I had stepped out and taken a risk and done something that really scared me. That thing that was wildly weird, awkward, and right out of my comfort zone, I just did. One of the best lessons that I learned early on in going after this stuff is from 1 Corinthians 13:8, and it says, "Love never fails." What's the point? It doesn't matter if I fail. It doesn't matter if I fall flat on my face when I step out and take a risk like that. As long as I keep my love on towards whoever it is that I'm praying for or talking to, I can't fail. After all, healing is just a physical demonstration of the love of God anyway. So listen, if I can do it, so can you. If I can step out and take a risk, you can do it too. So go take a risk, step out of your comfort zone, and ask a friend, coworker, random neighbor, or stranger if you can pray for them. And when you do, love them really, really well, because they might just encounter the love of the Father as you do it. Hey, thanks for watching this video. I hope that you liked it. I hope that you feel encouraged and like you can go and do the same thing. Like you can talk to somebody about Jesus or pray for them or whatever. And if you've got a similar story, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. And if you like this video, come on, give it a like button. And if this is the kind of content you like and you want to see more of it, hit that big red subscribe button and the little bell next to it so you stay notified every time there's a new video. See ya.